Oh,
all right. It says we're
hello.
live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last session of Breaking the Block for 2024. If you're new here, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes. And I am here with Rita this morning. If you want to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Rita over at Miranda's Cauldron. I'm known as both. I write young adult urban fantasy with witches and family secrets. And I normally sprint Monday, and I will tomorrow, at 11 Eastern and sometimes on Saturdays.
Woo! All right. So I am barely awake. For everyone who is new here, I usually stream on Saturday nights, and we didn't get done streaming until 1:30 my time. And yes, I did go to bed right away, which is unusual. But I've only been awake for like 30 minutes max now. So bear with me if I'm moving a little slow and my brain is moving a little sluggish. But let's go ahead and say hi to everyone in the chat real quick, and then we'll get started because we've already got a couple questions, and I imagine we'll have more that pop up as we go through, like usual. So Eva's here already. Hello. Cat Paw. Rachel just rolled out of bed but is present. I know Rachel was not feeling well this morning, so hopefully you are feeling better, Rachel. Need coffee. And see, I'm not a coffee drinker, so like that's not going to do anything for me. I do have soda though, so we're good. Dawn is here. Hello. Still in bed, but here. Cat Paw got the dregs of first coffee, starving. Flatmate's gone to get breakfast. I would kill for some breakfast right now. Breakfast sounds delicious, but that's going to have to wait until after the stream is over. Eva slept in today, but is excited to get moving. Final days of the year work for my brain like a deadline. The house will get clean today. My husband actually took almost the full first week off of January to do a mixture of things. First, to clean the house because our house looks like a disaster zone. It looks like we live in a hovel, and I'm not okay with it. And second, because our anniversary is on the 4th, so he definitely took that day off so we could celebrate our anniversary. Let's see. Hello, Angel. Angel is saying hi to both of us.
Hello.
Eva has a drug of choice, which isn't caffeine. So what is it? Is it tea? Is it tea? Is tea caffeinated? I can't even remember.
I understand most of them's not caffeinated, but I'm not sure. I'm not a tea drinker.
Same. Yeah, I'm the weird one. I don't drink coffee or tea, so Rachel's not feeling better, but will survive. I am so sorry about that. Hopefully you get to feel better today. Lots of happy anniversaries. Thank you, guys. All right. So since it is, let's see, we got a couple questions. Some of them deal with two of them deal with like the new year and projects in the new year, stuff like that. But the first question we're going to talk about is, how do you keep from feeling overwhelmed in your own writing spaces when they feel too messy, cluttered, or whatever emotion you want to insert there? So Rita, this question is from you. So let's go ahead and talk about what made you come up with this question, and then we'll discuss it further from there.
Okay, well, I'm sitting at my desk as usual, and it's a rather large desk. It's one of those cornered wooden desks, and it's got the shelf on top, which is really handy for, as you can tell, pretty things. This is my desk area. So yeah, it's pretty much overwhelming because of the rocks, the crystals, and all that. I've tried numerous times over the years to take some away. I have put a few in boxes, so that's nice. But I do it, and then it looks clean for a while, and then I get my pens out and doing all that stuff. So it's just overwhelming, and I'm not sure if I need to get the stuff off the desk, get onto other services, but where do you start?
So for myself personally, I actually did a little bit of that last night because my desk was completely covered in stuff and I needed to film a video. And when I film a video, I face my camera this way, and I put my tablet, you can actually see it right here, so that I can read my script while I'm filming. So I had to clean off this area so I had space for my tablet. And Eva says exactly what I start doing is that I declutter, downsize, and donate. Though honestly, there's not really many places to donate around here. So I hate to say it, but I don't donate a lot. I just toss a lot. Sorry. But to be fair, most of what clutters my desk isn't physical objects, is like paperwork. So, or like I have little knickknacks that I give to my kids. I don't keep a lot of crystals and stuff on my desk. What I would do is I would keep only so many, and I would switch them out like on a seasonal basis. So like I would keep some on my desk for a little while and then switch them out. I had a tub that I kept all my stuff in, kind of like how you decorate for different holidays. I would do that for my desk. That. So that's just something to keep in mind. I
do like that idea.
And I'm not going minimalistic, but I definitely have a more minimalistic mindset than I used to. So I don't really relate to that anymore because, like I said, most of what clutters up my desk now is paperwork from where like kids bringing stuff home, and then I just haven't put stuff away as far as bill paperwork. It just kind of everything gathers on my desk. It is the drop zone for everything.
And my desk is strictly for writing related.
Okay. Let's see what the people in the comment section say. Eva mentioned, sweet decaf tea. Drug refers to THC. Oh, okay. That's legal. It's fine. I have gummies I take for concentration when I really need it. I can't say anything. Angel finally broke their block after giving birth and is now back to writing. That is awesome, Angel. Congrats. Cat Paw, she read my mind. That's how. Oh, the flatmate bringing breakfast. Got it. Okay. I was like, what are we talking about? There's congratulations to Angel. Okay. So Eva says maybe it isn't so much clutter as a craving for newness. Maybe some rearrangement will work, or wall art additions, light changes could vary. So that's an idea. Eva starts with a rearrange for sure. I do this far too often for it not to be a symptom of something. The clutter is in my mind and on the page. Still decluttering my office, so have no fix for that. Yeah.
It's like an ongoing thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. I feel like
I even bought some of the rolling carts, but it doesn't really help with the stuff on the desk. It helps put, like, because I don't have drawers in the desk. I have one, but not really worth it.
Makes sense. I don't have any drawers. I had to add, I have filing cabinets on the opposite side of the room for paperwork that are all full, and I need to get more. Whoops. Eva says, check for no-buy groups on Facebook. The no-buy movement is amazing for getting rid of things and finding things you need for $0. Been there and done that. That's how I've gotten rid of some of the stuff I have decluttered. Cleaned my writing desk and organized it. Okay. Love that too, as far as like seasonal decorating. What Eva said, if it gets to that point, I have what I call organized chaos. So there's that. My office is already organized, though I have a crib for my 1-month-old daughter with me for inspo. There you go. She's your muse. Free cycle is another place to get rid of items that you're trying to downsize on. I'm here with Dawn. It would probably help if I stopped buying things that go on my shelves. Totally my fault. I'm a collectaholic. Excuse me. My husband and I are both people that we see something we like, we go ahead and buy it. But a lot of that kind of stuff doesn't end up on my desk.
Yeah, when we moved here, I misplaced my rock collection. It was somewhere in a box in someone's room. And
Oops.
well, we started going to rock shows, and I just started my collection all over again. And then I found my collection.
Which only added more to your collection.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. So yeah, definitely decluttering is definitely the first thing. And actually, it's something that I always put on my. Everyone does spring cleaning, but I tend to do more like winter cleaning because I'm stuck inside anyways. For the most part, for me personally, because of how cold it is outside in the winter, we do more inside stuff during the winter than outside stuff. So rather than spring cleaning, we do a lot of winter cleaning. And that is when we do most of our decluttering. There's no garage sales or yard sales like that thing going on, so we can't do anything like that. Plus, we're too far out of town. No one's going to come up to our place for a yard sale. We'd have to go in town, find a space, and lay it all out for something like that. But that is definitely when we do most of our decluttering, is during the winter months when it's too cold to be outside for too long. Eva says that pretty rocks make good regifts.
That is true. I gave a couple to my grandbaby when she was born. Ooh. And I probably could do rocks at like Christmas time, because we do exchange with the extended family. Nice. And most of the family members would have a rock collection. So that way they're just adding to their rock collection.
I love the idea of doing that, especially like if you have any rocks that are specific to the person you're giving them to, like rocks related to like birthstones or that have personal stories involving that person. That is a really cool idea. Dawn has 6 shelves and an L-shaped desk and still is out of room. I have an L-shaped desk too. And it's
handy. Like you've got your laptop and your computer on one side, and then you got the other side for your writing. In my case, laptop rocks. And maybe about that much space of writing stuff.
I have my laptop in front of me with some craft stuff on the right side of it. Like I have my tower of washi tape. And then I have my desktop, which I use for gaming purposes, kind of in the corner of the L desk. And then I have more craft stuff and video space. And it always gets covered in paperwork. Catpaw asks if you can move the desk and face it in some other direction and put a shelf for the rocks to get them off the desk. Is that a possibility?
Probably not. On the front of me, there's one of those, like the walls are like slanted. So there's really no place else. I do have a larger shelf over there, and it's full of stuff. So I think my problem is just I like the idea of redecorating like every season, bring out more every 3 or 4 months. Like when I'm planning my next month, like my next quarter, just bring out my desks, like out my rocks, different rocks too.
That could be part of your quarterly reset.
Get another low shelf, like a 3-footer, and put it behind me. But I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I definitely going to do the change up. I'm just not sure which rocks to put away for 9 months of the year. Because I probably have enough to bring it out into 4 swaps.
There you go. When you do your quarterly reset, you could reset your rocks.
Mm-hmm. And I definitely like the idea of putting like a shelving type thing on my desk. I've done that in the past, so I may have to just find that right one. So that's what I might be doing this afternoon on Amazon, because I'm thinking that's probably be the best place to find like a desk shelf.
I imagine I have acrylic drawers for my washi tape. Depending on the size of the rocks, you could do something like that. But if they're larger rocks, I imagine they have like acrylic shelves so that you can see through them.
Like this is my largest, as like about this size. And then I have a bunch of smaller ones. I do have some of those little acrylic shelving things, kind of like this type of thing.
Yeah.
Up on the edge. And then that way then the sun's still coming because the window is right there. And it's kind of like the only place I can really put this other than, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the only one.
Okay.
But
Eva's
okay,
agreed with
few shelves that were sold as bathroom shelves. Ooh, okay.
Okay, that must be a new comment. Let's see. Maybe get a different home for the rocks nearby. Use the desk for notebooks and writing adjacent things. That makes sense. Okay. Cat paw, turn minimum 45 degrees and just facing a different way can help it make it refresh and new. Yeah. If you can do that and turn the desk, yes. Eva's suggesting a rock swap party on a full moon to cleanse them, or whatever is best to cleanse. Makes sense.
A full moon's a good choice.
L-shaped desk for the winds. Will I have work on one side? Rachel, am I the only one that adds stones, rocks, crystals to a windowsill setting for protection? I have not recently, but I need to, actually. And she said that gets them off her desk. My nose is running for some reason. Eva, I have a wobbly 3.5 foot desk with a keyboard tray and nothing else. $3 find at a yard sale. I'll upgrade it eventually. If it works, it works. Do not knock it if it works. Hello, Sarah. Swinging by from my stream to boop the like button and say hi. Hello.
Hello, Sarah. I'll be back over to yours after this.
Let's see. Rachel only has 4 on their desk and they surround a little setting on purpose. There we go. Kind of like, it sounds almost like Rachel has theirs set up like an altar, almost. Not necessarily as an altar, but almost like an altar. That's what it sounds like to me. Oops. I have a 4-drawer dresser next to me, so the top is for pretties and have drawers for storage. I like that idea. Yes. Also have an L-shaped desk, which is 20 years old already, and I have room on it as it's declutter free. There you go. I never thought of stones in the windows. I'll have to do that. Yep. I have cute shelves that were sold as bathroom shelves on Amazon. That's the next thing I was going to ask. Do you have wall space where you can hang like the hanging shelves where I don't even know what they're called exactly. Kind of like the bathroom shelves. Because if you have a space to do that, you could set up a couple of those for the rocks alone. I have office shelves where a Goodwill purchase. And Eva's windows have no sills. Okay. I built floating shelves. Floating shelves. That was the word I was looking for. Floating shelves. Have one over my door and one. Ooh, I didn't think about the one over the door. I don't have enough space over the door for something like that. I don't think. No. But for those who do, that is a good idea too. You also add just a piece of wood and some shelf brackets if you need a certain length. Yep. Actually, I guess it is my desk altar. I have very specific things on my desk. Some are for fidgeting and some are inspirational. Yep. See, there you go. All right. So hopefully that is very helpful. And I know I've gotten some ideas on on some things to do for my desk. Because like I do have some wall space I could do exactly what Eva was talking about as far as like the piece of wood and some shelf brackets. Because I have enough lumber here. I can cut some shelves and I have wall brackets and I can just add in my own shelf space for things like little small fidgeting gadgets. I have ideas for the new year. Yay.
Another goal to be added.
Yes. I have specific places for things, and I don't allow myself to clutter it. That is a good mindset to have once you get to that point. I think it's more getting to that point and maintaining it afterwards. That's an issue for me. It's the maintenance afterward. It's fun talking. Eva, I always feel like you're cleaning whenever we do this. Sunday must be Eva's cleaning day. But I'm here for it. All right. So my next question actually deals with the new year. And my first one is... Oh, wait. Oh. while we're on pretty rock topics, which rock would you suggest to place near a memorial? Ooh. I don't have an answer.
If the person had a favorite color or a favorite rock. I would have to do some research for that particularly.
I have no idea. I am a very much that's a pretty rock kind of person, and I don't look into meetings too often. Or if I feel like if I pick up a rock and I feel some kind of way about it in a good sense, I'm like, okay, that one's coming with me. But I don't really look into the meanings of rocks and crystals very often. Eva rearranges a lot. And inspiring Catpaw to do some more tidying. Awesome. Today's cleaning is mostly books, though, so now I'm excited to add rocks to my spaces, too. Eva, did you not have rocks before? I'm going to be sending Eva some rocks. She's just going to get a box of rocks in the mail. See, I just do pretty rocks on a whim. I'll just trust that maybe. Yep. See?
That's a good idea, too.
Like, when you're going around looking for rocks, be thinking of that specific person. And if you come across a rock where it just feels right, there you go. That's the rock to give them. Rachel does suggest lapis lazuli. I am probably mispronouncing that.
That's how I would pronounce it.
And place that on the stones of those I love. There you go. Only have one stone, and it is a pendulum. Okay. They are expensive and harder to thrift is why. Yep. And lapis lazuli means truth, spiritual growth, and vision. At least that's what I'm assuming she's referring to. So that's a good idea. And azurite is good for memory as well. Okay. All these people who know more about crystals than me. One of these days I will get a book on crystals. Today is not that day. I might actually have one. No, I don't think I do.
I have many. I just have to locate them.
They're buried in the pile somewhere.
Yeah. They're not on my bookshelf. They're in a box. The bookcases are for rocks and knickknacks.
Bookcases are for rocks and knickknacks. Boxes are for books. Yeah, I like this idea. I don't have enough shelf spaces for everything. All right, so my second question that I wanted to talk about today is how is everyone feeling before the start of the new year? We've been doing all this planning. We've been doing breaking the block sessions almost every Sunday for a while now. Like, how is everyone feeling? Are you excited? Are you not feeling so great? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Like, just overall, how's everyone feeling?
Well, I follow the HB method planning system with Sarah Cannon, and I've only been doing it for a year. So for the month, pretty much half the month of December, I've been going through the videos again and just writing it down more in more thought and detail. And when I realized that I just won't write this month, it's a little bit more freeing that I didn't even have it in my to-dos this month because I knew I wanted to focus more on my planning and my goals and what I want to do. So I'm not as overwhelmed as I was last year, even though last year I was doing it up for the first time. So I was just getting more focused. But it took me a lot longer than a week.
Yeah, it generally takes me a lot longer than a week when I do the HB90 method. This is the first time in 2 years, because I've been doing it about 2 years now, I think. That doesn't feel right. I think it's a little longer. No, I started the fourth quarter of 2021. So yeah, right around 2 years. And this is the first quarter where I didn't actually go back through the videos. I was pretty much just doing it based on like memory. Like took down my Kanban board. I decided my 3 goals. I wrote out a big list of what I need to do, what I want to do, what I should do kind of thing without actually going through the video steps itself. I don't suggest that if you're doing the HB90 method. It just worked for me this time. It probably won't work that way again. So But I feel confident in what I've chosen for my goals, and I think they are accomplishable. But I also planned for like the whole year, not just the first quarter, which you're not supposed to do. But hey,
But your goals could be the same all year. Like if one of your goals, for example, is writing, well, each quarter will be just a little different on the projects, but the goal could be the same. You want to get those books out.
Yep. And that's pretty much what I kind of sort of not exactly did. Let's see. There was, okay, so a little bit more discussion on rocks. There was river rocks. I like a good river rock.
Yeah.
They're smooth.
Yeah. And when my kids were little, we would go up to the mountains and they would, and even like we would go rock hunting just regular rocks that you find outside. And even one time my son and husband went out to the mountains in Alberta, and my son brought me home rocks that were actually on the mountain. They were so amazing. But yeah, nice. River rocks are just as good. Yep. And if they're brought to you by someone else, it's even better.
I was watching someone's vlog the other day, and they were talking about how their partner brought them a rock, and I was like, "Oh, they pulled a penguin, and they gave you a pebble." I love a good rock that's gifted to me by someone, because that means that they picked up that rock and they were like, "I thought of you," and it makes me feel special, and I'm just like, "Yes." But river rocks are wonderful, usually full of energy if you believe in the spiritual aspect. There you go. And Cat Paw has azurite, falcon's eye, adventurine, and amethyst on their desk.
Just one amethyst? I may have an addiction of that kind. I have bowls on amethyst of all different sizes.
I feel like amethyst is the one I hear about most commonly on people's desks. If they have any crystals on their desk, they have at least one, if not more, amethyst at some point. And I'm looking at all my crystals going, I don't think I have any amethyst.
Oh.
Ava says, I am a bag of mixed feelings. Excited for the New Year traditions I do for myself. Excited that spendy months are over. I'm nervous for January's grief, and so morbid thoughts haunt me in general. Aw. No bueno. My son once put a rock in his shoe on the playground and sneak it home to me after school. It's heart-shaped. I love that. Don is recovering from being sick and the holidays, looking forward to the next year. Eva got a pretty rock from my shop that's also heart-shaped, a faded tan and white color. No idea if it's a certain sort now. Okay. Rachel has done everything on HB90 except the task. Planned on handling that tomorrow. There you go. I'm curious how many people in the comment section do HB90. I know Rachel does. I know you do, Rita. And I feel like there was a couple other people, but I cannot remember off the top of my head who all does HB90. And like I said, this is the first quarter I have not done it in a while. Not truthfully while following the videos and steps, I mean. I kind of sort of did it without actually doing it. Angel is excited and hopeful for new beginnings as an author, mother, and designer. That is awesome. Rachel has decided January would be a reset month. Okay. Eva is very excited for writing and publishing stuff, hoping I do the things I'm excited to do. And Cat Paw is worried my brain is a jamble and it scares him. Long COVID. I am hoping the supplements will help some and energy pennies will follow. I have one manuscript near finished and then some more I can't currently. Okay. Can't currently wrap my head around. Okay. I had to finish the comment. That wasn't clear to me, but hugs and comfort to you, my friend. Don't get so lost and worry that you think we aren't here. Yes, definitely reach out to people around you if you're feeling depressed or just overwhelmed or anything, because sometimes just talking to someone helps. I know we mentioned that at the end of the last Breaking the Block stream, but I'm going to reiterate here. If you're feeling down about anything, find someone you feel like you can reach out to, then talk to, because sometimes that's all you need. And then you can go from there, depending on what else you need. Sometimes you just need someone to talk to and vent to. Rachel loves amethyst. Usually get the deposits so I can take some of the pieces out to give to other people or use. Ooh, okay. I do not. Cat Pot wants an ametrine, half amethyst, half citron. I am loving the fact that we have devolved into rock talk. I love this. Because I'm getting so many suggestions too. There, when I go to North Carolina, there is a shop that I visit that has stones, and now I'm like looking forward to visiting that shop because I'm like, I want to go. I want all the pretty rocks now. Rachel uses HP 90 as a base, but modifies it to their own thing. Okay, there you go. Dawn doesn't yet, but is trying to pull. Rach is trying to pull her to the dark side. Catpaw is joining Sarah Cahill in her 90-90. I will reach out to you because I'm on the struggle bus. Yes, please do. All of you, cool. 90 days. Oh, I remember that challenge. So Sarah's doing it again, the 90-90. 90 days, 90 minutes a day for 90 days. I think that's how that worked. I'll have to go look through her videos because I feel like I haven't seen some of her videos in a while. Rock talk. Rachel lives for going through the mountains on the west side of the state, then down through, I am going to mispronounce that, Hiawassee? Hiawassee?
I guess and I did would have done.
And Helen, Georgia for stones. What are we doing? Are we going to rock shops? We should go to rock shops. I feel like everyone should go to a rock shop.
I'm in a rock shop. I just have to organize it better.
Okay, so Sarah is starting on January 1st. I'm not doing anything January 1st. I'll give till January. I say that. I'm not planning on doing anything January 1st. And I say that every year, and I get a ton done on January 1st. Anytime I say I'm not going to do anything. And then the moment I start making all these plans for January 1st, that's when I get absolutely nothing done. So I'm going to do the same thing this year. I'm not planning on doing anything on January 1st. We'll see what happens. Yeah, she's posted her first set of schedules for Sarah. Okay, cool. I'm gonna have good. Maybe YouTube has done its thing where it's unsubscribed me from people. But to be fair, I went like almost the whole month without watching any YouTube. So I have a gigantic backlist of like 500 videos to watch on YouTube. So it might just be that I've missed it. I want to help a larger Tennessee stone migrate north sometime. There you go. Pronounced it right to begin with. Okay, cool. I like it when I pronounce things correctly the first time. Eva is going to put it under a tree, hoping to plant for my grandsons here so we have a place to visit. Oh, that sounds like a cool idea. Botanicas are wonderful for crystals and cheap stones cheaply. Say that 5 times fast. So, alrighty. Oh. My aunt did a very pretty thing. I almost read that as petty, and I was like, that's not what she said. Took gemstones collected from the shops in the smokes and placed them in a cement stepping stone that she made along with a little plaque for my grandmother's grave. I like that idea. I love the idea of the stepping stone with all of the crystals inputted into it. Grandson was born and lived in the Smokies. Okay, cool. All of the conversations are going to tie back into rocks in the end. I love it. Let's see. Okay. The last question I have for today is, are you ready to start the new year? Because we've been talking a little bit about planning and getting ready and preparing. Do you know what projects you want to work on in 2025? Like what writing projects you're going to be focusing on? And it's okay if you don't.
Yes, I want to tackle formatting and KDP to actually get my first book published. by spring. That's what I'm hoping for, because I think it'd be kind of neat to have them released on the quarters, but we'll see. Because all I have to do is go to KDP, fill out the form, and all that stuff, and then get 2 other books ready for beta readers
Nice.
for the first half of the year. And then I'm also doing up something different. I'm calling it my Writing Academy, and actually going through the books that I've purchased on writing and actually go through them again. I've been reading Save the Cat, but not doing notes, or just like it's all in my head of the books I've already written, compare them to the beats for Save the Cats. And I actually want to go through Sarah's playlist for writing a series and editing and all that, and actually put it down as one of my goals. So maybe I'll be able to focus more on it than just, I really should spend the afternoon and do that, but it's never written in my book, so I don't do it.
Yeah. I love the idea of the Writing Academy. I've been playing around with the idea of doing basically craft symposium is what I was calling it. And each quarter going through a craft book and kind of putting into practice whatever they were talking about. I haven't started that yet, but that's like on my to-do list. Probably not this year, but next year for 2026. Just because I wanted to treat it like a class, and kind of like Kate Kavanaugh's writing semester, I think is what she was calling it. Very similar to that, except for like I was only going to be doing one book versus she's doing multiple different. She's doing like a full like course thing. And I just don't have the energy to do that because I'm taking other courses related to career stuff. So not happening in 2025, maybe for 2026 kind of thing. And as far as like, am I ready to start the new projects and what projects I'm going to be working on? I'm never ready to start the new year. Never. I say I am, but I never really am. And as far as like what I'm working on, my main focus, I have one project that I got back from my professional editor, and I need to do a complete rewrite of it. So I'm going to be working on that, and my goal is to publish that by the end of 2025. So if that gets done, anything else that gets done, I am going to call it gravy on top, and it's fine. Eva was asking if Sam is okay. Sam is attending a Friendsmas today, and it's starting a little earlier than they had originally thought it was going to, and that's why I am hosting instead of Sam. So she's fine. She's just celebrating with friends. Love our special rocks and stones. Oh, Rachel had already answered that. Whoops. I know what I'm working on through May. If I actually hit those goals, what comes after is up in the air. I love that. Is there a Breaking the Block Discord? I don't think there's a Discord, but there is a Facebook group. I want to close out both series, prequel and main UF Paranormal Romance, and by the end of fall, run for my first Kickstarter. Ooh, what's your first Kickstarter going to be? Catpaw is not ready, same as last year. Are you using January as a reset month as well, Catpaw? But I remember you saying that you were feeling on the struggle bus, so reach out to peoples. We love you and we are here for you. Because if that is why you're not ready, we will talk it out. Mm-hmm. Lots of. Dawn has already gotten my to-dos given to me. We are getting ready to wrap up our main series. Oh, that's right, because Dawn and Rachel are co-authors. They work together on the different series. So you guys have your plans already set in stone. I love it. Current work in progress is a horror, and I didn't realize that when ooh. Even that sounds weird to go from writing like children's storybooks, which is what you've been publishing recently, to go to switching to horror. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
We should pester Sam to make her Discord into a BTB TCR. I'm already part of a lot of Discords, guys. Don't be making me add more. I don't pay attention to any of them. I'm in like 15. Breakfast has arrived. I'll be back. Definitely watch the replay. All open to new ideas. I need to find better ways to write, which that suits me. Yes, Cat Paw, definitely. Go eat breakfast. Feel better. And then you've got this. And if you need someone just to bounce ideas off of, whether that's like routines, schedules, we're here for you. Come into the comments section. We'll work something out. It'd be cool to have a place to check in, but to be honest, Discords are chaotic. They work against breaking the block for me in general. Yes. We do a group or something on Blue Ski, maybe? I am not on Blue Ski. Blue Sky? Blue Ski? How is that pronounced? Do you know? I don't know. I am a member of too many Discords. Same. There is a Facebook group. I will put that in the description. I don't know. Give me a second. I had it open a few minutes ago because I was looking through it to see if there was any questions. Yeah, here we go. There is a break-in. Let me just put it in the chat real quick. BTB FB group. There we go. Oh, and if I look down like 2 comments, I would see that Rachel has already posted a link. I am just behind on the comments all. I am sorry. Good morning, Miss Swift. Hello. That works then. I couldn't remember. I'm adding the FB group to my list of things to engage more with. Yep. Okay. Rachel says, to keep myself from a block or overwhelm, I'm stepping back from a lot of my normal author-centric stuff in 2025 to focus on our books. Anyone else stepping back or rearranging to be sure you don't? That is, okay. So that actually brings up a good point. A couple of years ago, I was basically, if an opportunity came up to do something, I was automatically saying yes to it. And I put too many things on my plate. There was one year where I said yes to like 4 different anthologies, and I only ended up publishing in one of those anthologies. 2 of them just did not ever come to fruition, and I stepped out of the last one just because something about it and the contract did not feel right, and I couldn't explain what it was, and I was like, let me just not, because of all that. But this year I have been debating off and on since they announced the openings for AWC, the Author Tube Writing Conference. I have been debating whether or not I wanted to do anything for AuthorTube Writing Conference, and ultimately I have decided that I'm not even going to apply because, one, I can't really think of a topic that I want to discuss on other than a panel topic discussing Notion probably, and B, I've just got so much other stuff going on around the same time that the conference happens, because it happens at the end of June, and that is when 4-H really ramps up for the kids. There's a lot of activities that happen in June. That's when the rodeo is, that the rodeo / fair that the girls attend to for 4-H. So with everything that's on my plate, that's just no way it's going to happen. So I am stepping back from a lot of activities that I would normally, that are writing related, that I would normally automatically say yes to. I am not saying yes to this time. And I am definitely not going to be doing as much external stuff as I might have done in the past that are all writing related. I'm saying yes to more stuff that is unwriting related stuff and no to more writing related things. Hopefully that makes sense. Blue Sky. Okay, cool. I was pronouncing it right the second time. Not stepping back so much as being less considerate of others with my time. That makes sense. What about you, Rita? Are you stepping back from anything else or rearranging things?
Well, I did sign up to help with Sam's writing sprintathon later next month. But I think I volunteered too much for that because it was overwhelming of where to start, what to do. So I just kind of stepped back for some of it. But I do want to do more vlogs, videos on my channel that I haven't done yet. So I guess I'm stepping it up, kind of deal. So we'll just see, because I think I just wanted to do more of the streaming, hosting streams, things like this to get kind of my foot in the water kind of deal. So I guess
Okay.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm going to hopefully do more, but I also want to get my books published this year for the first time. So that's going to be a stress, all different kind.
You're doing more activities that benefit you personally versus doing group activities, it sounds like. You're stepping back
Yeah.
from more of the group stuff, but you're stepping up for the personal activities.
Mm-hmm. But I will probably still do some of the Soul Care Sunday with Jenna and the fun stuff.
The fun stuff is always good. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also doing the marathon, and I did not volunteer as a moderator for that reason. Like, I knew with the kind of work schedule I keep and the fact that I work nights, there was just no way I could help out with something. And that's another factor that I had to add in when thinking about what can I do, especially like anything that's online. I'm not awake usually when everyone else is. I'm usually asleep when everyone else is active and doing stuff, and I cannot participate in the things that they're doing for that reason. So I had to factor in all that kind of stuff when thinking about what I'm going to do. So I signed up to do a stream with the marathon, but as far as like moderating anything, I am not touching that with a 9.5-foot pole. Not going to happen.
Isn't moderating just basically just making sure that the chat doesn't go wonky and things jump in that shouldn't be there?
Yep, for the most part, yeah. But still have to be awake for that. And I am.
That is true.
Oh, jeez. StreamYard jumped a lot, and I had to scroll back up to find where we were. John is working less overtime, and that counts. That counts. Agree. That's a good thing for several reasons. Eva, that's our regular visit time with the Tennessee family, though they may be coming this way next year. Ooh, that's nice. I made the decision this week, actually. I want to participate, but I need the time and focus on the goals that are most important, the books. Yep. I may be only planning to release one book in 2025. I would love to release more, but I cannot financially release more this year because I cannot afford editors and cover artists and all the other jazz stuff. So only one is planned to release this year, but if some miracle happens and I can release more, I want to release more. And I definitely want to get more books ready for a 2026 release, even if I can't release them in 2025. So my focus is more on writing and editing and polishing and getting ready for publication, more so than participating in AuthorTube stuff. No one asked your opinion phone, Shishka. I got a notification and it buzzed loudly. Dawn is determined to work less and enjoy life more, which includes writing. Yes. See, there we go. Because I did not want to go into burnout. Because burnout sucks. Agreed. Rachel volunteered for the marathon because January is a reset month for everything else. So I don't see that as a problem. But the other stuff, yeah, too much. Okay, that makes sense. Ooh, Eva is asking a good question, and it's a hard question because of everything going on. Eva's question, does the political climate affect or inspire any of your 2025 plans?
Well, being Canadian, it affects me differently. Like, I love to visit the U.S. I just don't want to be a part of the U.S.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I don't blame you one bit. For me, myself, and I, it does and it doesn't. There is a possibility it will affect my plans depending on what laws get passed in the next few months, next few years. But as of right now, they are not making any changes to what I do. The biggest change it might make to my plans, and I don't have any plans there, I just I can see how it'll affect others, is the new TikTok ban in the US. I know a lot of people use that as a marketing thing. So I imagine that might affect some stuff. But since I'm not on TikTok to do anything but watch silly videos about Epic the Musical, and apparently Hunger Games is on my list recently, on my feed recently, it doesn't affect me as far as like what I am currently doing. But depending on how it works in the future, it could. I don't know. Whatever laws they decide to pass as far as like banning stuff, it could change a lot of things. But for right now, it's not. Not for me personally, at least. Eva never streams or co-hosts, so y'all are my chill chime. Aw, thank you. Rachel says it inspires my ideas for a Medium account. Asking for a link, which she has obliged to. Yes, yes, yes. Dawn, I think I'm doing the marathon too. I need to re-look over the spreadsheet. I started to look over it yesterday before my stream, and then my stream started. I was like, oh, I'll look at this later, and then I never did. I've not added in a while. I had to back away and digest things for a while. See? Okay. You're welcome to hop in with me on those sprints. Up to you. I took my normally scheduled times. Yes, and if anyone wants to jump on with me, I know it's like late because I chose a nighttime slot. So, but if anyone is awake and wants to jump on with me, I'm always open to have guests on my streams. Stephanie joined me last night because she was recently like, hey, are you still doing streams at night? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, can I join? I was like, yeah, always. Of course. Okay, then. Yes, I am. Okay. Rachel got lucky and got some Black Friday deals and prepaid for all but one cover. Ooh, I like that. That is awesome. Rachel's planning for the new year, got all the covers for the books. We're not going to talk about how many covers I have and how many books I have covers for that I have not written. We're just not going to talk about it. Oh. Eva has plans to release a few picture books that are less emotional and more simple, but also query and apply are on my list of works in progress. Nice. Rach keeps Dawn on track with stuff. That's why I ask her. Eve agrees about you being in Canada and visiting the US being fair. Eva, my daughter gets money from Facebook. I think I'm going to move my reels to a meta first focus and let TikTok kind of fade until we know what happens. That makes sense. Rachel's over here being awesome as a moderator and adding all the links, and I am here for it. Thank you, Rachel, so much.
Thank you.
Eva was at my stream last night until she turned on Sims. Rachel always wants to join late night, but then my brain and eyeballs are like, no. And no, I'm not going to tell anyone to join me and skip sleep. No, go to sleep. If you're tired, go to sleep. It's just open. If you are awake and you want to join, just shoot me a message and be like, hey, Skye, send me a linky link. I'll join you. And I'll be like, okay, here it is. Share in the Facebook group where you get your covers, maybe, if it's not a secret. I have 3 go-to artists, 2 of which I have not worked with yet, but I talk to often enough that when I can afford them, I will be working with them almost exclusively. I had 2 others, but I haven't been working with them for a while. One of them is no longer doing covers. The other one is still doing covers, maybe. I haven't heard a lot from them about whether or not they're still doing covers, but I think they're still doing covers. And then while the one is not a secret, she's actually the only one I've been working with recently. She is already fully booked for 2025 and is not taking on new clients at the moment. So while it's not a secret, I also haven't been handing out her name because I know she's fully booked. Because, like, I can't even get the cover I want unless she has an opening. I'm on a wait list. Eva's a pretend moderator. You are a moderator. You have wrench power on my channel. I'm just saying. Rachel says the big series is expensive. Art by Donica is the artist, but I get others from MCAT Designs, and she runs great deals. I will say that one of the artists I work with the most has a lot of pre-made covers they do deals on. They have sales every once in a blue moon, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my covers is from sales. So, like, I have a lot of covers that I have purchased for like $50 a piece because of sales. And Rachel also got an editing deal as well. Jenna O'Malley ran a special, so I'll be tossing her all 4 of my books next year. There you go. That's awesome. Okay. Rachel has also purchased covers that are pre-made, ready for me to use. Yes, I am a very big fan of pre-mades as long as they match what you are looking for as far as your cover goes. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, apparently I talked too much on my stream last night. My throat is actually starting to hurt. To be fair, during my stream, I was filming a video, so I was talking even during the writing sprints.
That's a lot of talk. It's
Yeah.
very sore throat.
Yeah, I'm starting to feel it. After this, I'm probably not going to talk a lot today. That is a lie, but I can pretend it's true. Welcome back, Catpaw. I hope you had a good breakfast. What did you eat? Because I am curious and need to know these things because I am hungry and I'm going to live vicariously through you until I can eat myself. Speaking of cover artists, have you already picked? You were talking about publishing your books this year. Have you picked a cover artist, or are you still shopping around?
My daughter-in-law created one for me.
Awesome.
A couple years ago, and I really like it. And I even asked her if she would do my other 3 because the series that she did, which I'm going to be publishing, hopefully book 1, maybe book 2, that they're all themed.
Okay.
With the elements. So she did one and she created it through Canva just as when we were chatting about it. So and it's so good.
Nice. I love that.
But for the other ones, I'll probably get her to do them again or play around on Canva because I don't have the money for something like that.
I feel that if I were smart, I would be writing and publishing books that I already have covers for, but instead I'm writing and publishing books I don't have covers for because I am not intelligent that way. Ooh, Catpaw replied. Cheese soup. It's actually turkey soup with cheese, eggs, etc. with tortillas. Ooh, I'm here for that. I want that. That sounds delicious. I'm going to need breakfast soon, apparently.
Yeah. I just had a small bowl of cottage cheese and hot chocolate, so I need coffee and real breakfast. Carbs. I need my toast or cereal.
Eva is... I hope to swap for edits as an editor myself, but I don't have any indie novels that close to make plans or payments yet. I feel that everything I have is in self-edit or rewrite mode. Or is like a half-finished first draft in the first place. So I don't have anything ready for swaps. And I'm not an editor. I can do like critiques. I just don't usually because I don't have the time to do a swap. And that's why I'm really I am fully on the side of where I will hand you something and I will toss money at you as long as I have the money to do so. Because of the fact that swaps for me personally, I just don't have the time to do a swap, if that makes sense. I'm wording that really weirdly.
Yeah, I volunteered this summer for beta reader, not realizing that having the kids I babysit most of the summer all day was not, I couldn't read.
Yep.
I read for fun, but I couldn't beta, so I felt really bad.
Yeah.
So
that's why I never volunteer
over
for
the
that.
summer.
Yeah, the time stuff is why I never really volunteer, as like everyone asks for betas and I feel really bad because like I'm like I technically have time to read, but I don't have time to commit to something that you need on a certain time slot. Like if you need it back by a certain time,
in 2 weeks.
I can't guarantee that. Talking about Catpaw's breakfast, lunch, dinner, something. Rachel's being fussy for the next cover, and so it's taking longer, but the main series is our baby, so it must be perfect. Agree, but perfect is a myth, but attention to detail is a talent. I'm so wise sometimes. Cat Paw purchased the base image and played with it for Time Shift for Adina. Did the art and all? That said, I used to work as a graphic designer back in the day. There you go. See, Cat Paw has the skills that I do not have to do covers. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you can do your own cover, I am all for it. I am not a cover designer. I can look at covers and be like, ooh, that's pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. But I can't not make covers to save my life. I have tried. It is not for me. Megan with MCAT Designs does the companion of the Dragon Stories covers, and they are less perfected, but I like the style for what they are. I don't plan on releasing them as anything but ebook. Okay. Ooh, that is a new question for you, Rita. What are your plans as far as like releasing goes? I love all these questions about like, because you haven't published before, whereas I have.
Yeah.
So it's new.
I do want to do both, mainly the ebooks, but also have paperbacks because I want a paperback. My dad wants a paperback. My aunts would like a paperback. They don't really do ebooks. So I figure I'm going to have them made for myself anyway. So why not have them available for paperback as well?
There you go. There was one time I was talking to someone on stream and we were talking about this conversation. And I mentioned that I want to do right now, currently, all I have is ebook. I do plan on releasing paperbacks, but I haven't gotten around to it. Hopefully by the end of January, Puck's Choice, which is my newest release, will have a paperback. But I am still waiting on some confirmation stuff from my cover designer. So that is kind of like dead in the water at the moment. We're working on it, but it's a lot of green light, green light, green light, red light. And so until we get through that, no paperback there. And then I also eventually, like, if I were to do everything that I want to do, I want ebook, audiobook, paperback, and large print. Because like my local library has a section full of large print and they're always looking for large print because I live in a town where 90% of the readers come in for large print books and they don't have that many large print books. So I'm working on, eventually I will be doing something like that. I'm just not at that point yet. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Eva is doing covers and illustrations with Canva, and it's a great time. Target audience is parents of young children shopping for younger children. So different beast. Hey, if it works, it works. Rachel loves paperbacks. Not going to lie, especially, oh yes, I love a good matte cover. I don't like the glossy ones. Once my fingerprints, I have really oily hands, which is why I don't use lotion. I already have oily hands. Don't be adding more oil to them. So I leave fingerprints on everything, and I hate glossy covers for that reason. Miss Swift, those round to it are rare and always on back order. Catpaw also prefers matte. And Eva says we're hyping her up for book focus cleaning today. Woo! Always on back order. All right. I have come to the end of our comment section, and I don't have any more questions. I think we've talked about everything today that we can talk about.
For today.
I think my last question is, since this is the last session of Breaking the Block for 2024, my last question is, what has been your favorite topic to talk about on Breaking the Block this year?
None pops to my head.
I have liked a lot of the conversations. I don't think I can pick just one. There is if you are part of the Facebook group, there is a post with a bunch of different questions on it. It wasn't started right away. It was only started recently. And under each of the questions in that post, it has a link to all of the it has a link to wherever that question was discussed. It has a link to the stream where that topic was discussed. So if you want to go back through, Sam has a link to a playlist with all of the Breaking the Block sessions, including those hosted by others, I believe. I will have to double check. So feel free to go back through Breaking the Block and rewatching any that you need to in order to get through any blocks you may have. That all came out really weird in my head. Okay, let's see. A bunch of comments just came through on my end. Just be aware, as an author, uploading and dealing with paperbacks can be a pain. Yes, 100% agreed, which is the reason I haven't done paperbacks yet. I've done paperbacks back when it was Create Space instead of KDP, and it was a pain in the butt then. And now that it's KDP, it is supposedly easier, but I haven't done it yet to see if it actually is easier. So we will see. Rachel will be ready to take some deep breaths. Oh, yes. Rock Talk! Rock Talk is back. Eva says, my first paperback children's book went through clean, but then I decided to add a soft cover for the other published title, and ugh, it's not going smoothly. I've actually ignored it for a week now. It's fine. I found formatting the ebook was much more difficult than the paperback, going back to working on papers and stuff. Okay. Thanks for hosting. See you all next year. This is my favorite discussion, I think. How do you continue working on a concept you abandoned or have faced multiple numerous setbacks? That was a good discussion. I do remember that one. And I really enjoyed that one. I barely remember today's chat's favorites aren't easy for me. I chose Rock Talk. Rock Talk wins always. KDP was the easiest of all mine. D to D and B and N are jerks when it comes to uploading for paperbacks. I will keep that in mind. I am just doing KDP at first, and then I plan. I've done not Instagram. I don't know why I said that. Ingram for others before when they were having problems. So I am already prepared for the problems that Ingram Spark is going to give me, and I haven't used Drafted Digital or Barnes & Noble yet, so I imagine they're going to give me just as much trouble. So I'm already prepared for it. It's coming. Ugh. Rock Talk for the win. All right, I'm excited to see y'all hit goals and overcome worries and do the dang thing in 2025. Rest and relax and reset. Yep, I'm here. Okay. All right, with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. Thank you all for joining us today. Rita, if you want to do your outro real quick.
Okay, I'm Rita, also Miranda over at Miranda's Cauldron. I write young adult urban fantasy with best friends who discover secrets of their families and each other. I normally sprint Mondays, mid-morning, and Saturdays sometimes. And I hope to have my first book published next year.
Yay! All right, and if you don't know, my name is Skye. I'm a fantasy author who typically writes paranormal romance under the name SD Hegyes, and this was the very last session of Breaking the Block for 2024. So we will see you all next year in 2025. We'll be back on Sam's channel, I believe. I'm not certain if she's doing one next weekend or not. I do not know. We shall see. You'll know when I know, or you might know before I know, honestly, to be fair. Since I do keep different hours than everyone else. Rachel has been lovely and posted a link to the playlist in the comment section. So if you are missing out and want to watch that, you can get there. There. And then Rita, after this stream is over, I will put your details for your links and stuff in the description because I don't have that yet.
Okay.
So I need to update that. But yeah, I will see you all next year for Breaking the Block or whatever else we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now. Bye, everyone.
Bye.